Breaking developments have left Sarah Ferguson shaken and staring down the collapse of her career. The Duchess of York has been completely cut from ITV programming after becoming entangled in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, the same controversy that destroyed Prince Andrew's reputation. Once celebrated as the fresh face who revitalized ITV's daytime lineup, Ferguson will no longer be seen on This Morning or Loose Women. Network executives have made it clear there are no plans for her return, now or ever. This isn't a brief pause, it's a complete professional banishment. The decision follows the emergence of shocking emails in which Ferguson appeared to apologize to Epstein for publicly distancing herself after his conviction. The fallout has been brutal, and Ferguson's world is visibly collapsing. Stay tuned with Royals Explored as we uncover every stunning twist in this royal disaster. According to reports, ITV bosses have pulled the plug on all future appearances by Sarah Ferguson following her connection to the Epstein saga that continues to haunt her ex-husband, Prince Andrew. As per the Daily Mail, the 66-year-old Duchess will not be returning to any ITV shows, despite once being seen as a ratings powerhouse for the network. Ferguson had frequently appeared on This Morning as both a guest host and contributor, and was a familiar face on Loose Women, charming audiences with her humor and royal insights. But that chapter is now over. Sources revealed that there's nothing in the pipeline for Ferguson. Her professional ties with ITV are officially severed. One insider bluntly stated, "Fergie is finished with the channel. No current plans and no plans for the future." It's a devastating blow for someone who had painstakingly rebuilt her public image after years of financial trouble and personal humiliation. The trigger for this spectacular downfall was a 2011 email Ferguson sent to Jeffrey Epstein. The Mail on Sunday uncovered the message, which shows Ferguson apologizing for distancing herself from the convicted sex offender. In it, she described Epstein as a steadfast, generous, and supreme friend to her and her family. The timing couldn't have been worse. The email came after Epstein's 2008 conviction for exploiting a minor. Ferguson knew his record and still chose to reach out with gratitude and remorse. Only weeks earlier, she had told the media her association with Epstein was a huge error in judgment. The contrast is jaw-dropping, condemning him publicly while privately expressing loyalty. If you want to understand how far this scandal reaches and what it could mean for the entire royal family, make sure you're subscribed to Royals Explored, because the revelations just keep coming. The backlash has been fierce. Loose Women hosts, once her colleagues, have openly criticized her. Jane Moore, in a recent broadcast, called Ferguson's mix of naivete and love for luxury a dangerous combination that's always made her unpredictable. Moore didn't hold back, saying Ferguson's groveling to a man like Epstein wasn't a forgivable lapse in judgment. It exposed craven greed and self-preservation, and worst of all, betrayed the victims. Her remarks echoed what much of the public already feels. Ferguson's actions aren't just embarrassing, they're morally indefensible. Context matters here. Sarah Ferguson has spent decades trying to rebuild her reputation after a string of financial and personal scandals in the 1990s. From the infamous toe-sucking photos with her financial advisor to massive debt issues and years of royal exile, she has endured her share of humiliation. In recent years, though, she'd pulled off a remarkable comeback, writing children's books, supporting charitable causes, and winning back public goodwill. ITV had welcomed her return, giving her a platform to reinvent herself. But all of that progress has now been wiped away. The ripple effect stretches well beyond television. Prince Andrew, her ex-husband, is reportedly facing eviction from Royal Lodge and has been stripped of royal titles amid renewed scrutiny of his ties to Epstein. The email revelations involving Ferguson have only intensified pressure on King Charles to act more decisively against them both. Critics insist Ferguson should never have been welcomed back into royal circles and claim her continued presence damages the monarchy's reputation. Her few defenders argue that she made a terrible mistake long ago and is now facing disproportionate punishment. But public opinion has spoken, and the verdict isn't kind. Here's the kicker. Ferguson's connection to Epstein may have stemmed from her dire financial troubles. In 2010, he allegedly paid $15,000 to help her settle debts, even after his conviction was public knowledge. Ferguson accepted the money from a convicted sex offender to stay afloat financially, then thanked him privately while disowning him publicly. It's an act of breathtaking duplicity that raises serious questions about her integrity. And for the royal family, the fallout is far-reaching. Though divorced, Ferguson remains closely tied to Prince Andrew and their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Every controversy surrounding her reflects back on the monarchy. King Charles has been trying to modernize the royal image and emphasize accountability, but as long as Andrew and Ferguson remain in the royal orbit, that mission is undermined. The royal family cannot credibly claim moral authority while being associated with one of history's most notorious offenders. For Sarah Ferguson, this appears to be a career-ending chapter, perhaps the final act in her long and turbulent public life. ITV has shut the door for good. Other networks are expected to do the same, unwilling to take on the backlash that would follow association with her name. Ferguson has become radioactive, and the entertainment world is unforgiving when reputation is on the line. What's your take? Is Sarah Ferguson being justly condemned, or has she become the target of excessive punishment for old mistakes? Should she get the chance to defend herself, or is the evidence simply too damaging? Share your thoughts below, and be sure to subscribe to Royals Explored and enable notifications. The royal controversies are spiraling, and we're here to bring you every shocking update as it unfolds.